this is a small wheelbarrow. It's, what is it, like 6 gallons, something like that. It's small. And then this is an 18-gallon tub, one of the little muck tubs or whatever you want to call them. And obviously it's a little full. But I originally used this for water. This is what I'd keep my water in. But as you can see, it leaks really fast. So I just fill it up, and that's just what I use to get my water to my other tub, which is over there. And this is all the hose that I have, which is like about right there. There's my water source. Not long enough. So I think the tub's a 25 or 30 gallon tub, which 5-gallon buckets of water is a lot for me to carry. I did it for a little while, got real tired of it. I told myself I got to figure something else out. So this was my solution. And I tried it a couple times with just the big tub, but I couldn't get the big tub back out of the wheelbarrow. So we had this thing laying around, so I was like, oh, I'll try it. I'm gonna push it over there. Okay, so I hope you could see how I did that. I don't know if you could or not. But you kind of see the only problem with it is if you dump too fast. Oh, I guess I can zoom back out. Whenever this falls and hits this, you'll lose most of your water. So you have to watch and just dump slow. But I'll walk over here and show you what I have going for fields. So this is our first field. Teddy's never been in electric before, so it was quite an interesting adventure putting him in it. Luckily, he got out of his post and rail down at the barn to the neighbor's house, and they have electric. And he thought it'd be a good idea to just throw him in it for, you know, a little while, just till we could get over there to get him. Because we were actually gone for the weekend, of course. Those are when bad things always happen. Let me get this thing untangled. And so he actually got through it, and I think the dum-dum learned that whenever you run through electric, it shocks you. So he hasn't tried to run through this. We always joke that we'll never need a fence tester because he's always smelling it to make sure it's still on. But okay, so as you can see, we have 3 strands of electric, which I think is plenty. 2 strands is plenty for a horse, but we did 3 just because Teddy's never been in electric. We weren't sure how he was going to act. Leia went through 4 strands of electric with 5,000 volts in each strand. Didn't even phase her, so we weren't sure how we were going to try to keep her in. But right now, they're finally used to it. 3 strands, as you can see. I don't know actually if you can see that or not. But we just got these little step-in posts. They're easy plastic. I think they were like $2.50 a post. Way easier than the metal ones. The only ones we got metal ones for were like the corners, like the one that's right there. There's Leia and Teddy. Friendly little bugs. Not. And we'd section this field off. It's about 3 acres into 3 sections. This one that they're in right now is obviously it's about to rain, and it poured down rain all last night, which is why it's like a mud hole. But this is where I keep them whenever it's going to get muddy, because it's already destroyed. So I take this crappy field, and actually it used to be a lot worse. It didn't used to be hardly any grass back here, which my camera would focus. It used to be a lot muddier, but we finally got it figured out to where we can keep them from getting this too muddy and eating all the grass at the same time. So the section of field that they're in right now goes the whole way back to that shed, and it's not very wide. It ends probably like around this area on the tree line, and it just serves as whenever I'm going to be gone for a couple hours, I put them out in here, and then that way they don't, because they'll eat this whole thing down in a couple hours. But then up here we have the bigger field, which this one's probably close to 2 acres. As you can see, it's a little greener. I don't know, it's so crappy outside, I don't know what you can see and what you can't. But this one goes from down there, same spot on the straight line, if you follow that fence straight down. And then it goes up to behind these trees. It actually makes a square, so there's a corner back there. And it goes the whole way to, if you follow the edge of the crappy field fence line, the far corner up there, sorry, I can't figure out where my corner's at. Up to that tree, the tree to the left. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a bigger field, and if I want to leave them out for the day, I'll put them up there. And you can see how we did our trees. For right now, we just tied tarps and feed sacks around them, because we weren't really sure what we were going to do with them so they wouldn't eat them. But the feed sacks are enough blown around to keep Teddy and her away. So far that's what we're doing. And I'll show you what I got going for the shed. They don't have a shelter right now. I'll show you why and why it needs some work. But these are, I don't know, I just got one of these. If you guys have any comments on how well they work, or it's one of those, I don't know, is it Raven, something like that block. It's for fly control. And I just got one, and they chew on the thing like constantly. So I don't always let them eat it, otherwise they'd eat it more than grass. I'm gonna get out of here. And then, this fence is so tight. Okay, so obviously there's the log splitter, but it's kind of right in the middle of everything at the moment. And this is gonna be their shed whenever we get it cleaned up. Because as you can see, there's junk everywhere. So Skylar had to regrade this whole hillside with his backhoe because it was really, really bad, and there was like a cliff like right in the middle of it. So thank God he's good with a piece of equipment. And oh, here, I'll show you the full view and how much junk is in it. Okay, so to start with, half of the roof is missing, which obviously, what's the point of having a shelter if it doesn't have a roof? So there, you can see it's missing. And I have my hay in here because I have nowhere else to keep it other than the basement of the house, which is probably where it's going to end up eventually. And this is my feed. This is one of my feed tubs. I keep my sweet feed in this one just because I'm not in it as much. This is their sweet feed that I feed. I feed half rolled oats and half sweet feed. It's only 12 grams of protein, but I mean, for how much I work them, it's fine. Obviously, junk everywhere. I mean, just mountains of junk. And then this is where I keep my other feed. This is just oats. And, well, I feed them kind of the same because I give Leia more hay than anything. And I just give 2 square, or no, this is a 3 quart. Oh, geez, I thought it was a 2. And, so I just give them, like Teddy, I'll give him about one of those, and then the same amount in sweet feed. And her, I'll give close to the same thing, except I'll give her a full one and maybe like just a wee little bit, like that much. Just a little bit more. It's not really that it makes a difference, but she likes it, so I can't complain. Obviously, there's more junk that needs cleaned. So we're gonna try to get this thing fixed up because they need a shelter. But I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Floor's falling through. So that's something else that needs repaired. Once we get to work on this shed, I'll take a couple of videos, show you what the progress is going on now that you've seen how bad it is. And I mean, it's not even like it's just on the floor, it's covered on the walls too. And it's got electric in here. That's obviously where our fencer is running from, which is falling off the wall. And I mean, there's birds' nests in here, and it's just a mess, but we'll get it cleaned up eventually. So, and then I keep my pitchforks in here, just for my field care. I always go out, I try to go twice a week, and I knock down all the poop piles, in the field. That helps with, if one of them would happen to get worms, it won't let the other one get to it, because they won't be nibbling at the piles of poop. And also, if you leave one pile of poop in one spot too long, instead of helping grass grow, it will kill the grass under and grow weeds. So, sorry, I'm so shaky. And so I try to spread it out, just kind of like a machine spreader would. And I just take my pitchfork and fling it all over the place, and it helps instead of keeping it in a pile. Which obviously I have some piles to clean up over here because that's where they were. And they already made their way the whole way down there. But whenever they get their whole field munched down, I'll put their halters on, like how I had them the other day, and I just let them out in the front yard. I don't even hold on to them. I just tie them together and let them go. And there's so much grass, they're not worried about it. They just eat. I mean, they're pretty good. But these are their feed pans that I feed in. Leia obviously slobbers everywhere, like it's gross. Like there's so much drool in every one of her feed pans. So this is hers, and then the black one over there is his, but it's on the other side of the fence and I can't reach it, it's too far away. So I just feed them in this and just stick them under the fence in the morning. And then at night I try not to feed as much. I only feed half a scoop of grain and half a scoop of sweet feed because they eat all day, so I'm not worried about it. And then here's a couple of my fly masks that I use. This one's Leia's. It's an extra large horse, but it's still a little small for her because she's got such a big head. It's just a, you know, simple fly mask. It's ripping and tearing, but then I have this one for Teddy, which is just the same thing except medium sized. And then I have, this one for Teddy, which has the nose and the ears. He doesn't like this one, so I hardly ever put it on him. I think he thinks it's a game, so I usually just keep it off of him. Then I just put my feed pan right on my fly mask so they don't fly away. And that's about everything. Oh, and that's an old pool cover that I use to cover my hay with when it rains since the roof is missing. But that's about everything for now. When I think of something else to take a video of, which will probably be tomorrow when I get Teddy ready, and we're taking Leia to get bred tomorrow night, and I'll take a video of the stud that we're going to breed her to, so all you Belgian lovers can drool because he is gorgeous. And so I'll probably be taking a video tomorrow whenever we trailer her and stuff, because unfortunately I don't have my own trailer right now, and I'm borrowing a friend's. It's only, I think it's a 6.5 foot slant load. So she always has to keep her head down anyways because she's so freaking big. But I guess we'll figure it out. So I'll take a video tomorrow because she's only been in a trailer a couple times in her life. She lived at the same place her whole life, and then we bought her, and that was quite an interesting story. But, well, I will see you all later, and have a good day. Hope you liked the video.